Greetings. Surprise. Like I said, technological things happen, but we did it better. It's upgraded. There's more things.
A bit.
Work in progress, but it's better. Welcome to the Chronicles of Lumainvoir. I'm the Haggis. The Haggis.
The Haggis.
There's not any Haggis, the Haggis. And GM and storyteller and shenanigan master, game master, something like that. Like I promised you people last week, we will have bi-weekly adventures with the other party and bi-weekly with this party. We will have a fourth player coming later, but we'll get there because it's about the journey, not the destination. So I have a small introduction, and then we will have a small character introductions, because as implied in the last session, we have another party of people leaving the Temple of Vithlumen to research the recent rumors of insurrections and rebels and such in the northern province, main city capital of Sargard. And yeah, we'll see what happens. The introduction. Our journey begins, as many do, on a set of wheels. Those wheels are determined to go west by northwest, carrying a huge protected carriage with two big, strong, woolly horses pulling it. A thick half-dome of dark wood and metal supports protect our heroes to be, while a robed figure sits with reins in hand up front. Usually the driver in these sort of carriages are outside on their own, but this carriage is special. It is special build, as the ceiling is connected to the back wall and side pillars with wood, and the sides in front are protected with frosted glass, protecting the driver and giving them the opportunity to sit and communicate with the others. So it's just one big dome area. The build and decorations of this carriage shows it belonging to the Church of Omnal's western reaches, with small crystals reflecting the sun and announcing the carriage belonging to the Temple of Vithlumen. Inside we have 4 figures with room to spare, and on the back we have our locked chest with provisions. The 4 figures are as follows. The robed figure in front is a female dwarven priest of Omnal. She's called Haskruda Jothrin. She's a, well, NPC, but still important member of the party. She has the reins and is controlling the horses at the moment. Then we have who wants to go first?
Right. So we have a youngish looking man, sort of with dark brown hair and chestnut brown eyes. He's clean shaven. He's wearing very nondescript clothes. He's also quite thin, and I'm assuming compared to the other people, bar the dwarf, in the carriage, he's probably about half the height of everyone else in the carriage right now. But yeah, he's just kind of there. Like he's a little bit restless. He's kind of looking around out of the windows, almost like he's waiting for the trip to end and wondering what's going to happen next.
Almond is he's a worker of the church, but he's not a priest. And well, that's pretty much all. Not everything we're known about Almond at this moment. He's looks human male.
Okay.
Veteran.
I assume I'm also just inside the carriage.
Yeah.
Tucked away in the corner of the carriage, you see this nondescript guy, because he doesn't like to show himself off, but at the same time he has this ego of making himself known as the guy who doesn't want to be seen, if you catch the drift. And he has this huge cloak over him, ragged, dusty, all over. It almost
At the moment it's wet because it's winterish, but yeah.
And wet at the moment, and also hiding / not hiding his guns on either side.
Yeah.
Both guns.
What style?
Small
Revolver.
revolver type guns. Not the usual that you get from any market you want.
Mm.
So clearly like high-tech pieces, and like in Jay's so basically the same character who was in season 1.
Mhm.
You will on our YouTube channel. Like the guns are very high-tech looking, like many people might have seen like gunpowder and like gunpowder weapons, but these are like more like I said, revolver style.
And on his whole thing going on of they being his whole outfit looks like he hasn't cleaned himself up. He hasn't felt the need to. He also has this ragged beard of mishmash, and it looks like it's been cut a month ago, maybe.
And even then it was like very uneven.
Yes,
Yeah,
uneven.
sharp stone.
Took an accent.
Long hair, which is usually tied to a bun. And yeah, that's pretty much the whole guy.
Yeah. Officially, Jay is a mercenary, but he has some connections with Father Edgar Grey, who we'll get to in a minute. And yeah, then taking most of the space, though there's still enough space for like one more person, but just barely, because. And pronouncing his like whole name, their whole name.
Yeah. Rega is takes most of the space, but also currently does sit cross-legged and like kind of in a very tiny position, reading currently a book. You can see pretty much like instantly that either Rega is a really big ass tiefling, or they have some Goliath blood in them, because born to a Goliath mother and a half-orc / tiefling father, their mixed heritage showcases the most intimidating qualities of both. Horns, tusks, tail, their height, and their eyes. They are quite an imposing figure, standing at nearly 8 feet tall, so taking quite a lot of space. With a muscled body that has been carefully honed to absolute perfection. They have like massive muscles, but also like a healthy layer of fat on top, so it's not like stone cut perfection, but it has some softness to them. Physically androgynous and handsome, Rega tends to make head turns one way or the other in fear or in awe. Their skin is pale grey with a soft greenish undertone. The tips of their horns, tail, hands, and feet fade into black, almost as if frostbitten. White tattoos cover their body, all the way from their head to their legs. Geometric shapes, runes, and chains are the main theme. Their hair is white that fades into pale ice blue, almost as if the tips are frosted over. Shaped completely on the right side and braided on the left side, which meets at the middle into a long braid. The eyes are completely white, with an ever so slight difference between sclera, iris, and pupil, but you have to get really close to see that, so mostly white. Clothes are made of simple wool and leather, colored soft brown, grey, and white. There are numerous clasps and chains integrated into the design, more of a symbolic choice than anything.
So big, like cross-blooded mercenary, officially a mercenary type. So what we have here is we have a priest of Omnold, personnel of the Temple of Omnold, and 2 mercenaries. You have been the mission itself has been decided by the High Priest of the Temple of Vithlumen, Illithor Raygella. High Priests are the person in charge of specific areas, like the temple in this case, and you have been tasked with researching the happenings in Sarngard and the possible rumors of problems there. And yeah, then you might have your own shenanigans, as characters never do have. Father Edgar Gray, who's the leader of the other party, is basically working for the High Priest, so it is very high. Your client is a very high class of person, very high-ranking person. The Raygella family, for those who are interested in such matters, the Raygella family have a member in the theocracy, which leads the entire island. So, yeah. You started your journey up, basically north by north, like I said, north by northwest. First towards the fall leaf treetops, our sanctuary, where the last season ended, and there you have the option to change mounts or rest for a little bit, because when you get to the areas of Sarngard, winter will come fast and hard, as we have witnessed today.
Mm-hmm.
Just as a side note, I wanted to start to drive to here, but first I had to dig my car out of 15 centimeters of snow, so...
And not exactly thin layers of ice.
Yeah, like...
Welcome to Finland.
Yeah. Fun times. Yeah, so you sit in the carriage, and like it's a one big, basically half bubble, where the front is a little bit open as to so that the reins will get to the horses, and there's a small divider between the area you sit in and the small room, basically where the driver is sitting, or the priest, Askarona. She seems very gentle, and she has been known to, well, not the most priestly person around, which is evidenced when she's like, the horses will be fine. They'll just, I'll tie these, I'll check the direction, and then I'll just tie the reins, and then we can, like, anyone have cards or something aboard?
So the priest is driving the cart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can see the priest just like jamming, like binding the reins so that the horses will stay on course, and then she just like finangles her to your area.
Jesus, take the wheel.
They're horses. They just like they move onwards, because there are like even though there's still snow. I mean, there's a thinner layer of snow, but the scar tissue of the western province makes it so there's very natural paths.
Mm.
Okay.
And
So the horses literally just keep going?
Yeah, like horses are smart enough if they have been trained to follow like like paths if they go.
And like there's like lots of people. Even though the temple of Vithlumen is like is on very middle of nowhere, because it's on the side of the Vale of Miseriath. Like the main roads from like in the north-south direction go like almost a day's distance away from the temple, but there's still like paths and roads and animal paths from the main roads to the temple. So there's like ways to travel, and because the western the natural lands of the western province is very like there's this sort of scar tissue formations in the lands, even as if though the lands in the ancient history have been broken into smaller shards, which now grow like trees and bushes and things, but there's still the scars between the small patches of nature.
So the rooms are like trying to pull it together almost.
Yeah, basically.
Cool.
It's like rifts in the ground.
Yeah. Or I mean, rifts in the plants. The ground itself is like very, very flat, and there grows things, but there's rifts between the growths.
Okay.
So the forests, even the bigger forests, look that they've been shattered like a plate.
Interesting.
So there's very natural path for the horses to ride on.
I take it we're not far enough north to have winter yet.
Not yet, but you can smell. You're in the zone. There's this sense of a smell of winter coming.
So she sends off the horses.
No, the horses still pull the carriage,
Yeah,
obviously.
Oh, we're still on.
Yeah.
Obviously,
No,
we're still on.
right. Okay. So we're just gonna free fall towards wherever we're going. Okay.
Yeah. The priest keeps an eye on the horses, but like there's the bigger inside of the carriage where you guys sit, and then there's
She
the sort of
basically turned around.
yeah, basically.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, Rega is also like keeping an ear on the outside.
Can I roll like a survival just to see if I actually believe legitimately that the horses are trained well enough that they're not going to randomly kill us
Yeah,
because she's not? Yeah.
At the same time, I
9.
Nope.
I mean, even though she binds the reins to a small she jams the reins between the windows so that they won't move, and the horses just keep going in the same direction, and she doesn't even keep, because no one's keeping the reins, and still horses still move, so they know where they're going.
this is fine.
Rega doesn't seem like concerned.
I'm just like, yep, nope.
Quick question.
Can't be bothered
Yes.
worrying about this.
Your character was raised what?
Raise a human.
Okay.
A human.
Pres-
Looks about in
presumably-
his 40s.
Okay, so
40s.
presumably male.
Yes.
Yes.
Male. And I forgot to take out my notebook, so I don't I don't know if we decided how much money I won or lost on playing cards with Tim.
Is yours?
Yes.
Oh.
So all you got,
Should I throw something to
yeah.
determine?
You roll a couple of deception checks, because like
Yeah.
and because
ju-
when you got to the temple, I mean Tim wanted to go with you but he works for Father Gray, so he had to stay behind.
My deception is 2. Yeah, that's how you do it. Drop your phone.
Character sheet was too excited.
Yes. So 17.
Yep.
How many you want?
2 rolls 7 times.
And 16.
Yeah. So you get plus 8 golds and 5 silver all in all from your travels with him.
Where's my pen? Lost everything. Thank you.
Yeah. So you gambled with Tim the entire travels, and you.
Just for everyone else, Tim was one of the henchmen
Yep.
of Father Gray, who I played a lot of cards with.
Actually, these guys.
Yes.
He was a thin, very amicable human male who apparently was kind
Just
of
as
good
good
with
with
knives.
Yeah, I bought it for that.
He had a couple of moments of like some things happened to Tim in the last session.
Basically, we both cheated on each other as much as we could, and I seems like I won.
Mutual cheating.
Well done.
Yes.
Well done.
It's not
But
cheating if everyone's doing it.
yeah,
It's
Great
only
logic.
trouble. It's only trouble if you get caught.
yes.
Mhm.
We both.
But I'm
knew
sure
it.
they both, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
we both knew.
Yeah.
That's why only the two of us played.
Mhm.
Which one cheats better?
But if she wanted, she had grown up playing cards. I would always be open to play cards. But I would play for money.
Well, where's the fun in playing for casually?
Oh, let's go. And I throw out my deck.
Excellent.
Start playing.
Rega doesn't join, but is like kind of looking like with how.
And I would be,
has her
I
attention.
most definitely would be cheating. So I might,
Obviously, yeah.
might roll a deception again.
Yeah.
Can I?
Just
Oh, yeah, sure.
Awesome.
Just, I have a secret tech for playing D&D. Remember your dice. You
Do
have
you not
a,
have your dice?
I have my dice, but
Oh, but they're not conveniently within
Yeah.
hands reach.
Ah.
Okay.
thanks, buddy.
Right, so yeah, I'm playing with them.
Okay,
What do we need to do?
Draw on that.
so roll for deception or performance, your choice.
Yeah. 14.
5. I'm not so deceptive at the moment.
Yeah. So first
Your
game.
hands are freezing.
Yeah.
First
Too
game.
cold, too cold.
First game, you play a basically modified version of Hold'em,
Mhm.
and first game goes to Almond for like the other lose 2 silver and he gains effectively +4.
At this, when the second round starts, Rega actually puts away their book and is like, this actually looks a little bit interesting. I would like to join as well.
Mm-hmm.
Are we
Yeah,
playing
sure.
for money?
Yeah, definitely. If you carry some.
From the look of things, we're playing for a fairly small change, so you know we're good.
Yeah, but we're warming up, buddy. Just.
Rega places down a gold because they don't have any smaller
Oh, so we wanna get bigger?
Big
We got-
spender, huh?
Uh-huh.
I would definitely just also chip in the gold, and just for everyone to know, I will keep cheating as long as someone notifies me about it or frees it up.
I can try to pursue you.
Yeah, you can, and you
Yeah.
can comfort me about it, but confront.
I suppose.
If
Can
you
I,
want, if you want.
can I roll insight just to see
Yeah,
if I can figure out if anyone
Yeah,
is
say
cheating?
like it. Like,
Roll
perception,
for roll for perception on the second.
Perception. Okay.
Yeah.
My perception's higher, so why not?
Natural 20.
18.
Strong start. Natural 20.
So that's a nat 1.
Not 20.
Yeah, no, like I'm just gonna look at, I'm just looking and I'm like, yep, everyone's, yeah, they're definitely cheating. So,
But no,
so
not Rega actually. Rega
oh, you're not
is-
cheating.
no.
Okay,
No.
right.
Also,
I'm trying to cheat.
Oh, do you want? Are you trying to see if I'm cheating as well? Do we need to roll against each
Yeah.
other for?
Sure. 19.
Damn. 17.
So 19 was 3, so yeah.
So
So I see everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, Haskuruda isn't cheating. She just likes to play because it's fun to play, and Jay's cheating like a well.
Well,
Yeah,
I
have a.
there's a
It's
word.
my deck. I have extra cards in my sleeves. I have the.
this is the
Yeah.
that one makes the perfect moment for like he deals the cards, and when he deals, there's some cards slip out of his wrist, and like dealing one card, 4 card.
yeah,
I said,
so-
reshuffle.
He's like, oh, guys, didn't you realize we're playing a modified version? That's why I have 8 aces in my hand right
Jay
now.
would most definitely try to talk his way out of it, and it would never admit that he's cheating.
Funkkipaska.
Yeah, exactly.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Haskuruda goes like, there's a name for you, for the kinds of you, but it doesn't translate very well. But I wouldn't suggest doing that when you get to playing, and then she goes serious for a moment. If you get to play with my family, whatever, they're not gonna be a problem for us.
I think you're underestimating the tables I've been to. Just leave it at that.
Do I know anything about her family?
You heard the Lotharian family. They have some status, but they're not like priests or anything. They might be like guild head, like leaders of a guild or a small town, small town council or something. But they're like a merchant plus grade family. You heard name here and there. Like, for example, they have a guild house in the harbor.
Right. Okay.
That
Well,
harbor, obviously.
So who won the round? Have we?
oh, we
Yeah.
haven't played yet. We're just
Okay.
we're just rolling to see if
Yeah.
anyone can tell that everyone is cheating or not. So
I don't mind if we just roll a general somebody or something.
Rega just like a what was the god of small tricks and
Oh yeah. I should know this.
I have the notes, but it's
Yeah,
another.
Custom setting. Just,
Yeah, it's like.
Serax,
Yeah, Serax. Huh, Serax would be proud.
the god of like gambling and shenanigans, like trickery for the sake of, basically the god of. No, I wouldn't say. I was almost about to say the god of internet trolling.
The
but-
god of all kinds of bullshittery.
Yes, shenanigans.
He or she.
It's a god.
Or
but
they.
They.
Or,
they, it.
or
It.
I don't know if there is a pronoun for the god of everything of this nature.
The god of.
Usually Serax is seen as male. He usually like when
Yeah,
he's
that's
some-
more like what would Jay use as
Yeah, yeah.
describe it? Because
The
Jay would
gender
just
fluid divinity.
Yeah.
Usually gods are like
It's fucking Loki.
Also
actually-
very gender fluid.
actually yeah, actually based on my crazy ex-girlfriend. But
Oh.
yeah,
But yeah, as soon as you bring up a god of some sort, then Jay would be scoffing at it like, what does he know?
so
Everything.
we have an atheist in our group.
Come on, Come on, Haskuda.
I wouldn't call myself an atheist.
You can see
He's
like she sounds very serious, but she has this half smile of like, I'm just pulling your leg, man, like whatever. Well,
I would like to add another, more of a man with a lot of questions.
yeah. Well, it's like they say in my family, out with the honesty, in with the spirits. And then she takes like a
Already?
hidden bottle, like a hidden steel metal bottle. What's the word?
A flask?
Flask, like a metal flask, and takes a.
No, I would start laughing and pull out my own at this point and start drinking.
Rega just gives an amused look at Haskuda. It's like, Haskuda, already? It's quite early.
I don't need to work today. I'm just like, I was sent to keep an eye out on you guys and open some doors which many of you can't open. Some might.
What's the respectable term for a female priest in this particular
Priestess.
universe?
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, I'm just going to look at her and I'm gonna kind of wave. I'm gonna go, no, priestess. I think I'm gonna want to, stay sober at this particular juncture, since we're gonna meet some important people soon. So.
Yeah. But we still have like almost a day's journey to Sanctuary, and then a couple of days from there to Sargar. We'll be fine.
I never said you need to stay sober.
I will also.
I won't. It's inhaling the spirits, man.
I will also decline. I only drink in parties.
Or if you drink your own concoctions. I know.
I am not a brewer. My friend was. Rega has just like completely blank
Yeah.
dead face. Like,
Yeah.
Just like you.
Yeah.
I'm smiling. Shut up.
Yeah.
I have no poker face. Alright. My characters do. I don't.
Yeah, but like the people in Arkenhold are, because they grow a lot of potatoes and stuff which can be fermented into these specific drinks, and I've heard rumors that they have very, very interesting drinks up there.
Oh, the potato drinks. Those are really smooth.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't say that potato drinks are the specialty. It's more the root drinks, roots of herbs.
Yeah.
Those are the best ones.
Yeah.
Check the horses.
Oh, right, yeah. And she turns around and checks on the horse, just opens the windows a bit. You feel the rush of like coldish air, and she just like a little bit hands out the window, takes the reins and looks at the horses for a while and looks around, and she's like, yeah, it's fine.
In this moment, Rega is like to your tractor, like looking at the cars that Haskuda has left on the floor.
The cards?
Yeah.
Ah, oh. I would give them to you. I wouldn't look at them at myself because you pointed it out.
Oh,
That's it.
okay.
Okay then.
Still keeping up the pretense.
Yep.
I'm still
Yep.
I'm still not
Because
cheating.
now you're my accomplice.
And lawful good became
Alignments, malignments. They're overrated.
You can see the smirk on Jay's face, like, ah, gotcha.
Oh, by the way, Jay, where's the knife?
The knife,
Yeah,
it's with me.
in your bag, I
Yes.
assume? Okay. Just making sure.
in my ribs.
Because I never gave it to anyone else.
Yeah, I was pretty sure about that. Season 1, episode 4, I believe.
Something or other.
Did you give a player a cursed knife again?
No.
No.
Especially not one made of bone. No.
Why would you do this?
And it's totally not with me in my bag at
No,
the
no.
moment.
Ah!
And it's never talked to me.
Yeah. No. What? Talking knives? No. There might be some overlap in my other campaigns, which I
play in, so I know some shit like
Yeah.
meta.
Player knows,
Yeah,
character
player.
doesn't. But yeah.
Anyways.
Haskura.
Before she
Yeah.
turns back around, have I seen what card she's left behind?
Roll for perception.
12.
Probably. I mean,
So I know what card she has.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to
Oh yeah, I'm
do
gonna switch
a
out
sleight
my
of hand,
card for
and I'm gonna switch some of. I'm gonna swap some of my cards for hers. That's 16.
yep.
And I'm gonna kind of, and then I'm just gonna sit back, you know.
Yep. Yeah.
All cool.
There might be some like you show the cards to Rega, and there might be some like almond like a small switcheroo.
There's way too much cheating going at the moment.
my-
Jay would, at this moment, Jay would just back out because he knows he can't control the flow of the game anymore.
It's fun, come on.
Yep. So you hear the window of the front close, and she just like the sound of leather when she ties the reins again, and she returns to the cabin side. And then you continue playing. You both get the advantage on your next rolls because you know the cards and you shenanigan them.
Oh, you or me.
You both because you've seen the cards and
Okay. I'm going to kind of. I'm just gonna kind of look at my cards and I'm gonna shake my head and go and drop
6
them on the
and 8.
table. I'm gonna leave. I gave her better cards. I made her hand better on purpose. So.
So I have 8. No bonuses.
yeah. So the next round goes to Asgurda with a 16. And she's like she looks at her card and is like, wait, I'm not sure about the digits. Then she looks at the flask and is like,
I did say that you did something.
I just kind of give her like a quick look and I go, you know, you did say the spirits were talking, so maybe that happened.
yeah, there was a great gambler in my line.
The blessings of Omnal be upon you.
Yes. Serax is watching this carriage. Although, let's just hope that it's just Serax and no one else.
So I think
You
we
once
all
again
lose
you-
a gold, yeah?
Yeah. And once again, you can see this sort of serious, like, her face goes serious for a while, and then she just, like, it melts away with a sort of gambling, with the gambling and focusing on the moment, just like, she doesn't want to worry too much. And, like, you can see from the crow's feet in her eyes and some, like, scars and signs that she's been through stuff in her life. There might be even like very small dashes of gray in her dark brown hair,
Mm-hmm.
which is very, very well kept at the moment. Not in a couple of hours, but at the moment.
Yeah. I guess we just keep on playing.
Yeah. You keep on playing to the rest of the day.
I'm gonna just
One goal.
kind of. Can we say I have like some sort of book that I can look at to study the cultures of the north?
Oh right, yeah, definitely, because like the Temple of Vithlumen has one of the probably the biggest, second biggest library in the Western Province.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys would have wanted to borrow some books, or Olman basically is the only one who
I work there. I have
and
connections.
you do have
So
And you also have Rega.
Yeah.
that's true.
and like you could have borrowed some books about the Western Province and culture around and places of importance and things.
Mm-hmm.
There will hopefully one day you guys will get a book with the important things of the entire island. Or maybe one day.
Necronomicon, no.
5,000 pages! Okay.
Really?
Necronomicon would be worse though. Yeah, so you
It's a
take.
Kickstarter project to look forward to. 5,000-page core book for the lore.
Jesus.
And a couple of new rules and archetypes and some feats and shenanigans. I do have two custom races though, so that's nice. And a couple of custom spells already,
Mm-hmm.
so that's nice.
This project
Yeah.
ongoing.
Yeah, definitely. So, like, the rest of the day goes it's very peaceful and quiet because, like, you are surrounded by some patches of trees and mostly evergreens. Most of the normal trees have dropped their leaves because it is late autumn even here.
Rega might offer to switch with Haskura at some point so she can get some rest.
She probably she will take you up on the offer and then take a small nap in the back. Yeah, not much happens before like nightfall, and in the nightfall it's basically a choice of whether you want to push on through the night and get to sanctuary faster, or do you just want to stop and camp at like someplace.
Is this something that is being offered? Like, is someone asking if we want to camp somewhere?
I mean, yeah, basically Haskura and maybe me even, because like I know how to camp.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
It's basically
Is the church still paying for our trip?
Yeah. So, yeah, you made a deal with the church that they will pay you certain. Like,
Yeah. Jay wouldn't mind either way.
Yeah, I guess.
Because I'm here as a hired gun.
and because you're
Same as me.
unlike the previous trip from Sanctuary to Vithlumen, which was, from Fumurvas to Sanctuary, which was made in under a day and almost killed the horses. At the moment, you're not rushing, so the horses will have time to they can move on.
I
almost
unfortunately
midnight.
cannot see in the dark, but I can be the driver for the rest of the night if we go on.
I made enough decisions in my life. You guys make it now.
Haskura,
Well, I do see in the night, but I mean,
you know this area a little bit better than I do.
It's all right. I can take care of this. I just kind of like you rest. We'll need your strength later.
yeah.
So camp out?
Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
sure.
Just one thing, and she takes out one of her torches in the backpack and casts light on it, and then makes it sort of makeshift light pole to between the horses. Like she basically has a like a 10-foot pole, but in smaller bits, so they can be screwed into a bigger, longer, like fishing rod / pole / something, and then she binds the torch on the end so that the horses can see.
Ah.
So you guys can rest in the back and I can continue on because I'm fine.
You're gonna drive?
Yeah.
Cool.
And we're probably gonna switch mounts anyway in Sanctuary, so if these animals get tired, whatever.
That's true then.
Mm-hmm.
As we're gonna ride through the night, Rega for a while puts the reins back and actually takes out On their back you see like a glaive that is currently small because it's like split in half and just puts it together, and there's like a latch that they like.
Where's the blade, by the way?
The blade is in my back, like
Hidden.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, hidden, wrapped into a leather thing.
Not a bone blade, a real blade.
So yeah, like so they have a big ass glaive on the back on their
Yep.
back right now, ready to go if need be.
Yeah, so Rega and Almond take shifts in pushing through the night, and the horses get a little distressed because it's dark, but they have light and they have a sure hand. Just for the sake of it, roll for either survival or animal handling.
13.
16 both.
Yeah. So you just you whisper sweet compliments to the horses and just like give them food.
And also like pat with a strong but gentle hand.
And like there are like you have longer tools to just give food to the animals while they're traveling. You might have a fight to some breaks in the night just to give the horse food and water.
Yeah.
But they push through, and like you some bit like now and then the horses might just like grab some snow and eat it for like water, whatever. And all around you you can hear the hooting of owls and the snickering sounds of like small woodland beings which travel in the night and get terrified. You can hear this sort of loud shrieking warning of some small nocturnal beast that it like warns the others that there are big things, run away! And then small tapping of feet in the snow, or like pre-snow. There's just like maybe a couple centimeters or something. Then we'll get. I think it might be a good time for a small break. We will continue with the dawn when you roll for dexterity saves. No, we'll see.
Oh no.
So
When the fireball emerges from the bushes,
Yeah.
burning your wagon to ash.
yeah, so
Roll
see you guys
the- back
in
in
15
15
minutes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Middle boy's gone.
kamera myöskin jäätyi.
Eikö? I didn't.
Guess who's back? Back? No, wait.
No, we're not. I'm frozen on the other.
Yeah, we're not really back, are we?
I'm back.
I'm
You're not.
Someone's back.
Almost.
Wakey, wakey.
Well, you know, technical difficulties. They're part and parcel of doing this stuff.
Yeah. So we can hear Almond, but we can't see him.
Yeah.
It became too cold and I froze. And thus ends
this
the
is-
story.
That's technology for you.
Yeah, there's a very good description of winter when the players freeze. So,
Okay.
still gonna try and push on.
I mean,
With the card, yeah, of course.
sure.
Yeah.
Did it freeze completely now, or?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, very much.
So some
Should I
troubleshooting
check
might be
on
in
it?
order.
Yeah, you should check out. God damn it. It's fine, it's not like we have currently any viewers.
Yeah, you might want to edit this part out when you.
Probably. Yeah. I didn't think I need to edit this
Did you
much.
see one viewer and it's me?
Wow.
Some days traffic is slow.
Yeah, no, I mean, as long as you have fun.
Do you know why people are not watching?
Yeah.
It's fucking Thursday. Critical Role.
Nice.
You're fucking shitting me.
But they're not playing this time, right?
No, they have come back from. Have they come? No, they have come back from break.
But would they play
At this moment?
this time?
No.
No, they should have come back already.
Like, because if we look at the time difference,
I don't know.
it is
I don't know.
now
Yeah,
I might
that's-
be just.
that's-
one in the afternoon
Yeah,
on
yeah,
the
yeah.
East
Back.
Coast.
Yay! Are you?
That's actually a very decent point.
9.
Yay! We did a temporary fix. So we had some technical issues, but they're sort of fixed. So we'll just move on.
As you do.
Yeah, because technology works always with no glitches whatsoever. So you can play Jay if you want.
Oh,
Noise.
there's my character sheet, which is totally filled.
Yeah, with all the contacts and
Yeah.
yeah.
I have everything here, so I know.
Yeah. So where were we? All right, dawn over the western provinces, fields between Temple of Vithlumen and Sanctuary. So like you can see in the map, in the middle there's the crater, and up north there's this sort of like outcrop from the ring. In the end of that outcrop is Sanctuary, and that's where, or fall leaf treetops where you are going at the moment. And you'll be, if everything goes to plan, you will be there by the end of the day. I said if.
Oh, okay. So in that case, Haskura will take the reins, and I will sleep.
Yeah.
Because I am getting tired as shit.
Yeah. Right. So you two, I don't think you guys got your long rests.
Well,
I mean,
I most definitely got, because I've been.
yeah, you got.
yeah, no, he's been
So
sleeping.
unless we have like
But
switched.
I'm also. I don't think we need long rests.
You take if you don't take long rests,
Are
like
you
once every.
concerned
But,
about fatigue?
yeah,
Do
but
you have to do a con save?
Con save, yeah.
Yeah, okay. No, I guess I need to take a con save. 9 plus
Fuck. Apologies. 8.
13.
that's enough. 8 isn't enough. So you've used to staying up all night because of your upbringing, because sometimes things need to be watched overnight. But it's just a little bit too cold and a little bit too dark and a little bit too flat, and you feel your consciousness slipping, and you like overcompensate with just trying to stay extra vigilant during the night, which leads to you being very tired in the morning.
Do you know of the term roadside hypnosis? Sucks.
I've been a cab driver. I know.
No! Yeah, oof.
Yeah,
Basically, you can't even.
Yeah.
you can even.
No, I'm just gonna go like, okay, I've done my shift now, so I'm gonna go in the back, and I'm gonna just crash in the cart, like in the carriage, while someone else is driving.
Yeah. Haskura wakes up and she's like, okay, wait, thanks for keeping us moving. It's a better time, or make good time to the fall leaf.
Well, I guess I will take a nap then because I have no phone.
Yeah. I really hope you guys. She looks outside and looks at the sky and the earth and the horses, and she looks a little bit, for lack of a better term, paranoid. And like, I really hope you guys get to sleep tonight. I mean today.
Rega notices this, and it's like, I'm gonna smell the air, and like, is there any wind currently?
Yeah.
Is it coming from the north? Do I have a feeling it's like coming from somewhere?
Yeah, it's like almost directly up from the north.
And then guy's gonna put a firm but gentle hand on Huskura's shoulder. Do not worry, Lady Gossamer is with us. And then I'm gonna go to the back.
You see her like using her holy symbol as basically a stress toy, and like grabbing on very very like tight fist, and like, I really hope you're right, even at this time, my friend. I really hope you're right. The day continues. You get your foods, and you get some rations from your packs. there's like the small lock chest on the sides, on the back side of the cart, and like in the seats there are like small, like hand luggage basically areas for
If we wanna
food.
actually stop by the roadside for a moment and actually eat something, I have few cook's utensils. I can make up something.
If you want fresh food, then that's
Yeah,
Your call.
I have like a small bag of rice that I can make like thick broth and like use just cut up dried meat.
technically you would have like more of like vegetables and roots and things.
I mean,
He might have rice.
I mean,
Small.
I would advise just pushing forward and going with the rations we have. We're so close.
Yeah, I'm siding on the side with the. For once, I'm siding with Jay here because
In that case, anyone
Or
want
you-
some dried meat?
sure.
It's from up north. It's very salty, so
Yeah.
be aware of that.
She eats the. You can see the sort of small like it's very salty, but she gobbles it up because she's had worse.
It's better when it's actually like cooked because then you can use the salt from the meat to salt the whole
Even
thing.
better, yeah, even better if it's like fresh. But hey, I'm not. It's food is food. When you've been in places you just really enjoy eatable food that doesn't bite back,
True that.
and you can see a small side of PTSD on her face, like.
I have seen some shit.
Yeah. So you travel on for some hours. The surrounding area is very like when you travel, the roadside blindness takes over you all because like the surrounding areas are very similar. Plains, small forests, brushes. Plains, small forests, brushes. Evergreens, empty trees, evergreens, maybe an animal or two, a pile of something that might be snow or an ancient ruin, empty trees, small patches of wood, plains. Like, if you the temple wouldn't probably be here if it weren't guarding the side of the Vale. Because this is literally in the middle of freaking nowhere. Like all the bigger cities, with the exception of Garaboche, are on the side of the crater or on the side of the ocean, but there's pretty much nothing in between. Just like considering how much evil things live in the Vale, it's very ironic that. It also has made that people live also in the middle of the province.
So
Party at moment.
we're now basically northeast of the Vale.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
Damn, the map being so small. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's and we'll make a. I think we do have the map on our Facebook page, so you can go see it.
Yeah, for reference, northeast of the Vale is northwest of the middle crater.
Mm.
Yep. And because like winter is coming, you can feel the cloud temple of winter approaching the island. Because like winter is in a specific area of the world when the cloud palace in the comes over that specific area, and it's not this sort of thick, dark gray hellscape of a cloud, but it's just like the sun gets through the clouds, but you almost can see on a bright day the palace of the god of weather on top of the clouds.
That's very cool.
And there's like in maybe 2 weeks or actually in 2 weeks the first month of winter will start. For reference, my setting has 4 seasons, 3 months each, 30 days each month, with no like leap years, because
360-day year.
yeah, like sharp 360, because makes things a little bit easier.
Almond, of course, is busy dreaming about card games. Because, you know, he's legit sleeping.
Yeah.
I always wondering because Jay hasn't been involved in any of the driving or any of that, and all this time he's just tucked in his corner. In this, you could describe it as it's definitely not meditation, but in a state of keeping my eyes closed and staying still but still vigilant and in his own thoughts, more to say.
You're doing that alert warrior pretending to be bored thing?
Or
Yes, and something else.
Yeah.
Basically how Rega sleep is like kinda still in a way awake, but not quite.
Yeah, but it's more of a case of I got way too many things in my head that I don't want to talk about, and I can't get rid of them, so I'll just stay quiet. But at the same time, I'll pretend to be sleeping, just not to speak with anyone. And at the same time, I'm guarding the wagon. So that's all mashed in together.
Yeah. Roll a wisdom save if you would.
Oh no!
Just for reference, I've played the really, really bad as I got this shit
Oh,
with this blade. And I rolled really high each time.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, don't break the.
Wisdom saving throw.
Not necessarily terrible.
Above 10?
Yeah.
10 plus
10
modifier.
plus something.
10
That's
plus.
not too bad.
I think I have really high wisdom, I believe. No, I don't.
No, but
No, I have high intelligence.
Yeah,
So, wisdom saving throw 10.
10
So
flat.
your 10 is
Okay.
Yeah, flat 10.
okay.
Oh no.
So
I have
you're sitting there like being half vigilant, half in a sort of warrior's like mindfulness state, and you can feel this sort of, well, you know the feeling when you're almost half asleep and someone in this next room is like scream or like there's sort of small tapping or like a small tapping or scribbling noise, but in the back of your head.
Yeah. Jay wouldn't be scared or because he knows where it's coming from. To put it frankly, this is not the first rodeo
Yeah.
of his.
Yeah. So, you continue on, and you get to a little bit of a more open area, a bigger field of some farmlands where you can see when you get to the field, the road you're on. It's basically like cartwheel track. That's it. Goes through a wider sort of fieldish area. You can see on your right side to the south there's a big now empty farmland, because you do know that the people in the western province, they have their own farmlands, like big farm areas and stuff, but for some reason, superstition or otherwise, people flock to the bigger cities in the winter. So like most farmlands are abandoned, most farms are just left to like whatever, mostly because of the Vale, and you can see this big farm area now abandoned and being covered in snow, and it's like some tens of meters, and those who are awake could roll for perception.
Can I roll perception since my passive is 17? Isn't that high enough for me to wake up?
Not yet, but soon.
Okay.
Yeah, I have passive perception.
No, but I'm
Now
not-
you're all good.
No, it's 5, and I think my perception is
5. I thought it was 50.
nope, and I think my perception is just flat.
Rega, what's your role?
Oh, am I asleep or not?
No,
I thought
because
you were
Okay.
awake.
yeah, you didn't.
A lot.
90 plus 3.
So you just look around, like you get to the field and you're like, big field, you can see lots of things. And you look at the farm area, that's basically the only interesting thing in the area, because there's like the small patches of wood, the farmlands with a very thin layer of snow, and the big like hay bales all around. And on the right side, in the distance of maybe 30-40 feet, you can see a big bale of hay, which is to just be left there. And it would be a normal hay of bay if you wouldn't have seen a glint of some sort of metal behind it. Like something covered in metal would have just like you saw a flash and then it was
Gone.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything.
Greg goes. Who goes to that? Show yourself.
Takes almost 10 seconds before the creature behind the Hail Bay walks out. Just like you can see a very almost like a barrel-shaped small humanoid walk out. He's he walks closer to you and he's like his hands are up like on his side. You can see like weapons, a couple of short swords and big axe on the back, and a shield in the other hand, obviously. Actually, he would carry a sword, not an axe, a sword on the back, a very broad and very big bastard sword, and a shield in the other hand, a couple of side arms. But he just like raises his hands and he's like, I'm not gonna try to fight. And the barrel shapes because he's a dwarf. He's a very broad-looking dwarf in very, very thick armor, like the size of. How does he move in that armor?
Rega's gonna go. What brings you to this? What brings you to these roads, traveler?
Yeah. So, greetings. We were trying to. I mean, I was trying to find a place to camp for the night because we got a little. Me got. And then he swears and. I mean, none of you speaks Dwarven, but it's a swear word.
Let's start again, my friend.
It's the same thing when you have someone that is Scheisse.
Yeah.
You know it's a swear.
Yeah. Schmatta.
Yeah.
No wait, that's Japanese. Dwarves. Or maybe
I mean, there are some also.
He makes this sort of weird whistle, like a signal whistle thing, which wakes Almond up, because there's something in the whistle that wakes Almond up.
Okay.
Like it's a very, very, very loud sound, and then it goes slow and then back loud.
Right. I'm going to draw my rapier, and I'm gonna hide in the wagon and try to see what the hell's going on outside. So.
Probably.
16 stealth.
Because we're now closer to the north, is it something similar to the whistles used in the valley to communicate long distances?
Might be something similar, but not that language.
Yeah, language.
And
Is it
after the whistle ends, behind another Hail Bay comes a very red-headed dwarven person, because of like rags and a very basically a winter, not a winter coat, a winter rag, and red, very thick matted hair which covers most of the face, and a huge two-handed axe, like almost an ogre-sized axe.
Can I insight
And,
if the two figures seem aggressive towards us?
Well, the red-headed guy red-headed person with the axe seems aggressive, like almost like always, but the heavy armored dwarf is more like he looks like he's at least gonna try and like make sense. he barks a couple of orders in Dwarven, and the person with the axe is like,
Yeah, I'm gonna put my rapier away, and I'm gonna aim my short bow at the big guy instead, staying in stealth.
Did you exit the?
No, I'm still in the wagon.
Okay, you're in, and you're in also.
Yeah, I'm the.
Yeah, you're driving, and they're in front of the.
they're on the side, so your cart is going this way, and they came from here.
Okay.
Yeah, Rega is currently like, I'm gonna just tie the. I don't know if Haskura is currently awake or not.
Yeah, Haskruda is awake, and she looks at the heavy armored dwarf like a deer at the headlights of an incoming train.
Rega gives a look towards Haskura and jumps down from the wagon.
She doesn't notice because she's like, she doesn't react to freaking anything. Just like eyes are nailed to the other.
At the same time, when the other dwarf came up, the people in the wagon would probably see it because it would emit a huge amount of light.
Oh, yep.
But I would, from my sleeping position, I would lower my hands, and in my guns, when you would usually hold your, is it the index finger, and when you on safety, there's actually a small pin that I can push my fingers into to activate my blood rise.
That's cool.
And I just, while still tucked away inside my coat, I just push both of my guns, and you see this, and the light emits below me of just pure light, nothing else.
So yeah, Rega jumps down and says, "Hell, you said that you need some accommodations, is that it?"
Yeah, we were looking for the.
I need to throw how much HP.
And then he has something in Dwarven from the other, and the other grunts. Like, it sounds like someone would cough up the word Vithlumen. Yeah, the Temple of Vithlumen. And someone, looking at the red-headed axe maniac, is like, someone wanted to run after a freaking bear. And the red-headed axe person just like starts grumbling in Dwarven, and the other one just like, sure. And then we found the farmland, and we just like stayed there because it's a roof.
So you're looking for someone? Or something, or someplace?
Yeah, we tried to find the. I mean, we planned on going closer to see the temple of Vithlumen. No, like we have bigger. Yeah.
And you didn't
because this idiot started running after. He said it was a bear. I still maintain it was something else. But
an old bear, perhaps?
It might be some weird hybrid chimera ship man-bear beak.
So what are your plans now? Are you still planning to go?
Or first we're gonna fix the door which the twins blowed up, and because it's not our farmland, we're gonna make it so that it might be usable.
Honest job, I like it.
And then he looks at Hasgaruda for a long while. You can almond roll for perception. It is, yeah. It is usually it would be disadvantage because of exhaustion, but because of reasons you get a straight roll. You can see, like, you get the feeling that the dwarf is like moving very deliberately, and like he's moving his hands like this sort of like, I don't know what to do with my hands. Like some people would be on camera and be like, I don't know.
I don't know how people say.
You get the feeling that it's very deliberate, like trying to send a message on
sign language.
Yeah, and you look at it for a while, and you get the feeling that it's like he forms like a form of a box or other cube, and because you do know thieves can't, and you get the feeling that he's asking about the box.
Do I know about the box? The
Yeah.
box that was previously, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Season 1.
The box. What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Well, we found out last week.
Yes.
Yes,
I
yes,
know.
yes, you did.
Jack shit.
Quite vibrant.
I don't know
found out
anything.
what was in the box.
Mhm.
Right. I'm gonna shoot an arrow at his feet and not actually aim at him. I'm gonna try to shoot so that I miss him on purpose,
Yeah.
but so that he can see that I missed him on purpose.
Yeah. And because you were hidden and his perception was bad,
Yeah.
yeah, you just like like a couple of meters before his legs, almost materializes an arrow, and he jumps immediately like half a meter, like backwards. In that armor and that snow and that height, it's very impressive. Like,
Would Jay recognize that? Because of course Jay can't speak thieves can't, or would Jay recognize that the dwarf was speaking to the priestess?
roll for insight.
May I as well? Because I've been like looking straight at the guy talking to him.
You see he's very neurotic,
Moving on.
and you maybe get the feeling that
14.
because you don't, that's not enough, because
Okay.
for some reason the guy is very neurotic and very like shaky,
Fidgety.
like fidgeting. Yes, maybe like too much caffeine, or like maybe he's
You right now?
yeah.
I'm just gonna walk from like the wagon up towards them, and I'm just gonna kind of casually put away my bow, and I'm gonna say it's not here.
Oh, so we have a smart. He says the word smartass, but you get the feeling that it's more of a sarcastic, like he's impressed or sarcastic. Smart. So we have a smartass over here. Sit down, or I'll cut your beard. He says to the red one with the axe. He's like, a new guy, and he challenges his beard. And immediately when the beard is mentioned, he just like puts the axe down.
Reminds me in my youth. So what is this?
So, is there any sort of deal we could make that would allow us more information about the matter?
What makes you think we know anything about this? All I know is it's not here.
I'm pretty sure some of you know.
I might know people. Do you know people? Maybe we know the same people. Tell me who you know. I'm still kind of slowly, casually just walking towards them. Nonchalantly, like I don't seem nervous at all.
Your frame, you're not that frightening. You're like a small guy walking towards you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I kind of like knows that there may be possibly referring to the box that we have.
Yeah.
But it's also like kind of acting like can you like it's acting like can you guys fucking stop in a way.
Jay hears a small sort of, hey, we could fight them. Come on. Don't be a coward. We could fight them. Come on.
Just a little bit more. Let's wait.
Coward. And the priest is still like priestess is still frozen in fear, looking at the heavily armored dwarf like.
Okay, so it seems that we have some kind of shit going on here. So you're looking for a box. We don't have the box. We're trying to get to the city. Can I just pay you like 9 gold to fuck off?
Laddie, we're not like we don't need gold because we're of a very high or we do have I know very high-ranking people. And besides, Twins, you can come out now. It's, well, safe-ish. And you can see two very similar-looking, very young dwarven, a male and a female, walk out from behind the same hay bale. Like basically teenage-looking dwarves with winter clothes and some armor, and both of them carrying a sort of very crude and like a very crude-looking rifle sort of deal. Like it's a flintlock rifle-looking deal with like extra pipes and like bendy bits just for show.
More or less with it.
Like if we're not after money, we're after, well, we have a job.
Do they have
Mercenaries.
Do they have any identifiable characteristics? Like, is there any way any of us could identify who they represent, who they are?
Roll for perception.
Actually, also GM, I have slowly been like making my way back to the cart a little bit, like next to Huskruda, and I'm kind of like, hey, Huskruda, what's this about?
21.
Yep.
Nice.
The heavily armored dwarf has a style of like braids on his beard, and like his clothes style suggests that he comes from southern, like the more southern areas, like not from here. And there's the armor is it looks very, very old, like someone would have stolen almost an antique, but kept it very like usable. Like, I mean, it's very it's been kept usable and in good shape, but it looks very old and clunky.
I was gonna ask if they see me in the carriage, but my guns both emit 20 feet of light.
Yeah.
So yeah, they know I'm there.
Yeah, and even if you're sitting there,
Yeah, I'm trying to hide it. I'm trying to hide it with my conan.
You do not roll for stealth. Like no one.
If you listen real carefully, you can hear like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was wondering if they see me, and I double check the radius of the light. Yeah, it's 20 feet.
But isn't like light? So if you have like any kind of cloth over it, it just dims.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's very hot. Even if you have a very small, like a.
If you put it in a lead box, then it would cover the light.
Although I do think Jay's cloak is leather. So
Yeah,
that
the cloak would hide it, but I would still have it like gun jizz floating on light.
Yeah, good.
Jesus. Also known as Keanu Reeves. One man.
That's why he's just called Jay, because that J stands for something. Yeah, but anyways, the two young dwarfs with the rifle dealie or flintlock rifle dealies, and they also look very like someone's using old-looking tech or old-looking equipment just to make a point. Like, you get the feeling that there's, in some way or another, they have to do with like old items and history and antiques and such. And they make a point of like, hey, we can use all this old like can get ourselves this old tech, basically.
I can see you're traditionalists.
Yeah, kinda.
Very impressive gear. Is it family heirlooms or?
Kinda, yeah. But like, I mean, yeah, but basically a family heirloom, but like it's a matter of sending a message, because people do need to know that the old days are coming back and need to make themselves ready.
Is that so? Which days are those?
There are rumors about that older dynasties of basically the old rulers are equipping themselves, and the old shadows in the ancient halls are rising back.
The old dwarven kings.
No. I mean, we're just... the dwarves haven't ruled in this island since... And he starts thinking back, like, in... Maybe in prehistory, but we've had our own areas, but the thing we're trying to do is, or me and my family, because we do know that the old dynasties, the old elven kings, are coming back.
Oh, I see.
So basically, as a small history note, the current island is one nation. Before the fourth, like, it's been one nation for over 800 years. Before that was the fourth bridge, which basically united the island. Before that were the three, was the era of the three warring states, which put it like the west, the south, and the northern province against each other. West, and before that were the old elven dynasties in the east, which ruled the entire island until it broke down. So, like, we're talking, the old dynasties were like it's been almost 2,000 years or such when they were last like a king.
Old stuff.
So are you saying that your people stand ready to resist the old dynasties or join them?
Of course, like the old, when the elves make their move, we need to be ready, because the island will break down in another 3 states war. And we don't want that. We want the stability which is provided only by the temple. And in this time, Hasgruda shouts out, first in Dwarven, a couple of words, of which one is definitely a swear word, and then she turns to switches to comments, "You son of a..." And then insert a very crude Dwarven word. And the Hellier dwarves, "That was uncalled for, dear." And Hasgruda is like, "Shut up! You do not, like, leave me alone." She looks like her holy symbol is glowing a little bit, and she has the produced flame in her hand. Like, come on. She hasn't cast it yet, though.
Really?
Oh, pardon my associate. She's very attached to her cultural heritage.
Yeah, I do know her, buddy. I know her I've known her longer than you have.
It's a very emotional moment for her, I'm sure, realizing that her people are talking about, reclaiming their rightful place in society. And it's a beautiful thing. I have to say, the establishment as it stands, obviously, the systems have to evolve. It's just the way that life works. And, I really appreciate the way that you guys are moving forward in a direction that seems right to you. And I have to say, though, I'm a little confused, because from your current attire, I can see that you're from a bit further south. Why are you so far from home?
Vithlumen were great again.
Oh no! I hope that the audio did not pick that up.
Okay. I didn't pick it up, so...
Good. Good
thing you didn't.
Excellent,
Yeah.
yes.
Good thing you
You didn't want to pick that up.
Nope.
Okay, interesting. I'm just gonna edit it out. No. The heavy lemur dwarf is looking very, like, half astounded and half respecting this short human, like short beardless human. It's like, well, there's people. of all the places to find people with taste, I didn't think it was here. So, I mean, we've heard rumors and basically we've heard rumors that there was a very important artifact or similar thing being transported through these areas, and we were just trying to, because it is it's in the wrong hands basically.
Oh my! Whose hands are those?
At the moment,
Oh my.
at the moment we are my sources told me that it was being transported up north to the hands of the insurrection, and we are not. But then there was a sighting of some people moving very fast and to the temple, and well, because we kind of lost track because of some idiots. And now he looks at the twins, and the twins immediately turn on each other and start shouting to each other in Dwarven in this sort of very Chip and Dale sort of, like, very fast.
Actually, before the dwarf can like bark at them, Rega is gonna enjoy and just like so far Rega has been talking very calm and very like low and pleasant, but now you can actually hear that Rega does have some lungs, and just basically enjoy and just yell like shut the fuck up.
Roll for intimidation.
Oh, I have +0.
18!
Nice!
Both the immediate silence. Like, one would assume that Rega has the spell silence, because the twins like,
and then
and
immediately
then turn on the big horned, grey-skinned, freaking fridge-sized Goliath thiefling blooded thing, and are like.
And then Rega immediately goes back to the old calm self and like, the adults are talking.
And the heavy armored dwarf is like, you have chosen a very wise company.
I have 8 siblings.
That explains it. Well done.
Yeah, he's the runt of the family. That's like the smallest.
I can see that, and especially when a dwarf is like just over a meter, and this guy is like 2.5. So
Yeah. Like almost 8 feet tall.
yeah. So that goes to almost 2.5 meters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So now the kids are shut up. Do you have any idea about any artifacts or like important deliveries or such in the area?
I don't know. I mean, there's been so many things moving around, obviously. I mean, all we're trying to do is we're trying to reach the temple. We're just running a quick errand, you know? If, like, obviously, like I said, we are not in possession of any box. You're welcome to check the wagon if you want to.
Erga actually speaks up. There is only one artifact on us, and it is my personal belonging from my village. I highly doubt it is this box you speak of, because mine is not in a box. If you would like to see this artifact, then
Jay, maybe they're after me. Jay, show me to them, Jay. Jay, don't be a sour pussy. Come on. The heavy layer.
Yeah, just go ahead.
Yeah. Jay's face palming so.
please leave me alone.
Yeah. The heavily armored dwarf is like, yeah, I'm not gonna. If it's something of your kind, then it's probably not the thing. He looks very, like he has this sort of geek style interest in, like, oh, an artifact. Mm-hmm. But he's not gonna push his luck because.
So I presume that this business is now concluded if we have not the thing you seek of, and if we just want to get to the city. I wish you good luck in your hunt.
Yeah, and we'll just make a quick trip to the temple and see what's what.
Do any of us have any actual idea where the artifact currently is?
As far as Almond knows, the artifact is stored in the lowest cellars of the temple of Vithlumen.
Okay, cool. In that case, I'm gonna kind of go and I heard about some really strange kind of phenomena, almost like Northern Lights, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's something similar, but happening like further to the south. So I think you're headed in the wrong direction.
Yeah, roll for deception.
Please, good.
24.
Yeah.
Yes!
Yeah, so that might also be a problem if the
Wait.
artifact has been taken to the Vale. I think.
That would actually, do you know what? That would make perfect sense. Where would you hide a powerful artifact if not a demon-infested, nightmarish hellscape? Maybe it's in the Vale. All I know is I'm not gonna go in there to get it. I mean,
I got just gets PTSD face. Horrors I've seen.
Yeah. Well, and now the red-haired axe person is like, "Hey, boss, can we go to the Vale? I mean, we're thirsty. We can go there. I can help you find the thing in the Vale." And you can see almost like foam coming out, and like there's beard and foam and like. Sure, I mean it's as good a place as any. And then he barks a couple of words in Dwarven, and the red-headed dwarf is looking like Christmas came and just like starts running towards the farmlands, and the twins are like looking at the big horned hill demon thing, which like backing off, holding the rifles at the ready, backing off, eye contact never wavering, like.
And I just says to the main dwarf, I'm sorry, I never got your name.
Oh, yeah. I'm Jamerlin of the Jothroin clan.
insight.
Pleased to meet you.
16.
Oh, I should have remembered that you should have rolled this and the last roll with disadvantage because you still have a exhaustion.
Come on.
Still 16.
Still 16,
Oh,
yeah.
there we go, that's right.
You get the feeling that, the Jothroin clan does have contacts with, for example, the Archaeologist Guild, so that would make sense with the armor and the old tech weapons.
Rega just says, pleased to make your acquaintance. My name is Rega. Some may know me as the Chain Rega.
I'm sure they do.
Well, if you are heading to the south, then I wish you nothing but the best luck in hunting. May the Gossamer Lady of the Frost Winds keep the winds clear. I don't know.
At the moment, at the point when they're finishing up, the situation has pretty much concluded.
Mm-hmm.
Talked her head, they're starting to back out. Basically, Jay makes sure everyone sees it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bone dagger that flies out of the window on the other side that they currently are decided. And the door swings open, or if there's a door or whatever,
yeah.
You see the huge emission of light just pop up, and you go, and there's snow, I believe, where the dagger landed in the snow, and you just hear guns going off. Bit too many shots than needed. Like, oh damn.
Rega immediately gives the horses confidence.
Yeah, and I just, oh damn.
Roll for strength.
Oh no.
I missed. And I just walk out of the carriage and go pick up the dagger.
Just
Okay.
like
I'm gonna-
athletics or
Athletics, yeah.
A lot.
22? Yes, plus
Yes.
5?
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. The
Uh,
horses try and bolt, but you're like,
Just to clarify for the GM, it was at the same time it was a it's sort of a power move just to mess with the whatever resides in the dagger, and at the same time to show the dwarves that yes, I was here all the time, guns loaded, and yes, I would have shot every and each single one of you if you've done anything of a intimidation, not to in need of throwing anything about, just to show off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk over to the
What
dwarf, and I'm
is
gonna go
going
like,
on?
listen, Jothrin, we're on the same wavelength
Yeah.
here. You know, you have your axe guy.
Rhaegar's just like, what the
That's
fuck?
my axe guy. I'm sorry. He's
Yeah.
he's a bit hard to control sometimes.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
how
well,
it is.
he carries some like Tempestio tech. He has some on the brain too. I don't trust the Tempestio people like at all. Especially after we saw the freaking flamer guy. I can.
There was a flamer guy.
Yep.
Where was this?
It was. We saw him briefly on the way, but on the southern main road. He had a encounter with some random people. He was also a dwarf, so I tried to talk to him, but he had like a lot of Tempestio tech and a flamer.
Okay.
But if you're going like, I don't know, like Sanctuary or something, don't go to the main roads, like the garbage main roads, and you'll be probably fine.
Yeah. And Jothrin, you know how it is. You're a historian, archaeologist.
Yeah.
If you do go to the Vale, don't go too deep, man.
I've seen the scarecrows, buddy, I know. I mean, I've seen the scarecrows and the stone statues. I know not to blink.
In general, just don't go there as I'm walking inside of the carriage again. And I also turn off my weapons.
Aw.
Every
So, Mr.
Dave.
Yeah. So, Dave, just a heads up. There's rumors about that people have stolen tech from the guilds in Tempestio. I might keep an eye on your axe guy.
Huh.
The flamer was definitely from Tempestio. There were some ruins about some weird ass, super secret freaking police group or army group or whatever. But I didn't see the ruins like entirely because like flamer. I ran because flamer.
We're not going anywhere near Tempestio, are we?
No, isn't Tempestio?
Tempestio is the capital of the Eastern
East,
province.
yeah.
Exactly. So
yeah.
we have
Oh, yeah,
no reason to go
that's-
there as yet, at least. Yeah. Okay. Well, either way, I'm going to. Do I know a convenient dwarven god that would be worshipped in the south?
The dwarven, basically the dwarven main god is
Creator god.
yeah.
Just so hard.
Ramthur. Ramthur.
Rumthug.
Ramthur.
Rumthur. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of just gonna look at him and I'm gonna say, Ramthur, keep you safe.
I see you too. Hopefully your troubles run into no trouble whatsoever. And then he gives off a shrill whistle and a couple of words in Dwarven and waves at you and starts walking towards the farmland.
Cool. Rhaegar starts to beckon again.
Yep.
And as soon as we're like a good like way away without like he can't hear us at all, Rhaegar just goes like, so that was some bullshit.
Yes, quite literally. It's, you know, sometimes I find words can help take care of undesired situations in much less messy ways than unnecessary violence could. But, you know, sometimes there are times for necessary violence, which is why I have all these lovely mounds of muscle, like yourself.
Yes,
In this.
Yes, I am actually quite impressed in myself. I have been told that even though my expressions are quite simple, people can still read me rather easily, which is a bad thing to have when you try to be deceptive like we just were. But good that it did not end in bloodshed.
Yes.
I would have stopped you. Like the first words in a long while from
Haskruda.
From Haskruda. If you would have tried to make him bleed, I would have stopped you.
Are you okay, Haskruda?
After all this time, I never would have, like, of all the freaking people in this entire freaking world, I need to run into my brother.
Wow. Okay.
Well then, quite a family reunion.
Yeah. He's still hanging out with those ragamuffins, so probably on a mission from dear old dad. And then she takes like a very, very long swig off the flask. Like, well, no need to stay here, so let's just start. Like, get out of here before God Monolith gets an idea that he wants to test his axe out on you guys.
Well, I would not let him.
Right.
Rega kind of like just like gets closer after Haskruda says right, and it's like has this like look on their face like you fucking try me, like have you even seen me kind of look.
She looks back and is like she doesn't flinch. She's like, you get the feeling that she's really not sure what would have happened if Rega and the person called Godmundli would have like started striking blows. She's really not sure. But then she blinks and is like, well, I trust you guys and just.
You, as a priestess, sometimes you need to remember, have some faith. And Rega opens the book.
I want to give her an encouraging pat on the shoulder, and I'm gonna say, so, well, whatever the case may be, your brother is with a very capable group of people, I can see that, and fortunately, they will no longer run the risk of interfering with any temple operations, because if they had come across a less understanding group, things might have gone a lot worse for them.
Yeah, but Jamarlun still has like pull on different people. I'm not sure it's the last time we see him. Probably the last time we see Godmundli, but I don't know. I just don't. I don't know.
Well, we will worry about that when it comes.
Suppose.
No use.
So Jay, you want to tell me about the dagger you threw out?
Yeah. Excuse me, but what? You almost made
Oh.
the horses panic like real bad.
I mean, he shot a couple of weapons, whatever. What was the dagger about?
First of all, sending those dwarves into the mist, not a great idea. But on the other hand, the dagger. I think it's possessed.
I know it's possessed. I can feel it.
Yeah. On top of it. Yeah.
So wait, is the dagger still with you or did you leave it?
No, it's with me. It's my bag.
Is it nice?
It's a lot nicer than most of the cursed daggers are actually, or weapons in general, but as nice as they can be.
Not your first cursed dagger.
Can you show it?
Oh yeah, sure. I'll try to be smooth with the movement, because I'm actively trying to avoid touching it with my hands.
You do have gloves on.
Yes, and I would, if I wouldn't have my because I'm inside, I would try to tuck my sleeve a bit up to pick up the dagger.
Yeah.
Sure,
So basically,
go ahead.
it's a short sword, like a dagger short sword in the area. It's a curved, like one-sided blade. It looks like it's made entirely of bone, with a leather strap on the handle, and the edge, like the hilt, everything. It's basically carved from one bone, and it is like very thin and looks very, very sharp.
Jay's
Can I look?
Oh, and I think it's still like there's like red splotches from the wine still on it.
Yeah.
Can I like
Jay definitely would
take a closer look without touching it, like just getting real close? Like,
Roll for.
is it actual bone? Can I like is it porous? Because you can kind of see if it's porous from actual bone.
Yeah.
But if it's a magical.
So 10 plus what?
Yeah, it's like it's not porous, but it's uneven. Like for example, like my rings, they're like uneven.
So 10 plus whatever.
Yeah. That's pretty much you see, because magic isn't your best.
I don't have all kind of bones.
As I'm showing it, yes, it's bone.
It's bone. Okay.
Yes.
Huh. Well,
And I mean, it's so sharp you can see the sharpness.
Well, is it magical?
Yes.
Well, in that case, I don't think I can break it.
No.
I was going to offer it.
They can certainly try. I mean, hey.
Well, I mean,
I could break them. Come on, give me a chest. Come on, Jay. Come on.
I know relatively little about
is that
magical
it?
weapons of any kind,
Yes.
but I have to say, like, if it's a cursed dagger, then I'd imagine it's probably pretty attached to you, and it's probably not exactly willing to change ownership unless you die. So
You're exactly
And
right.
we are going to a temple soon, so we can also ask them to take care of it. Right, Huskuru?
Yeah, I wouldn't have even picked that thing up. I would have just like tied a stone to it and thrown it into the crater. But
Where did you find it?
Just a general thing. Jay's being very forthright with this. He isn't trying to hide anything about it. Like, he would just mention that, especially because Father Gray isn't here anymore. He's not under a huge authority or anything. Where I pick it up, we found it in the sewers of
Karabache.
Yeah. Basically, we were scouring the sewers of Karabache for a way different thing. We just stumbled upon it. And why did I pick it up? Well, it's more of a case of I try to leave the place better when I leave it. Once I came.
And like Jay doesn't do it, probably doesn't do it like consciously, but you can like when someone talks to you, your head moves like a little bit, like you're focusing. You can see Jay's head being like, huh? Like almost like he's hearing something.
And I did ask
him
specifically that like, he's still talking to.
And Jay said that yes, he's talking to me.
But,
and
well, in that case, we are going to a temple, so we shall take care of it then.
Or we could have some fun first. Come on.
oh yes, we could definitely kill everyone. As I say out loud to make sure.
I'm so thirsty. Come on.
And then I just ignore it.
And it tries to whisper to you a little bit more about when you don't give it any attention. It goes back to silence.
It's also that's the case that I made earlier. Is this isn't kind of a mechanic of kind. If you want to can throw something, but all the while that Jay is just in his state of slumber is also his kind of way of dealing with all these weird, ghostly, magical things because that's his life. It's his way of meditating, keeping his mind sane, and trying to actively work against this weapon and its curse and all that stuff.
You and Rhaegar have some similarities.
And while you travel on, Asgrudes is guiding the horses in silence, and
I'm gonna go back to bed.
yeah, you go back to bed, and Jay starts to remember about the olden days in the unit.
I was, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you get the feeling that when you went to your last mission, there was a guy with a flamer.
I was gonna ask you that, and I was wondering if I should ask that in private or not.
Yeah. I mean, it's a yeah.
Uh,
Because what you remember of the last mission, it's very confusing and very like fractured. But you have the feeling that there was like fire and guy with like making fire.
but there's
with some sort of
no
machine.
certain recollection of the guy that it was using the flamethrower. Just
Well,
the
he was. You seem to recall that he was kind of short fellow, so might have been a dwarf, maybe.
but a member of our group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe, probably.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, flamers aren't like. No one has ever like. I mean, you know the concept of a flamer weapon, but it's not. I mean, there are like prototypes, and you might have heard stories that people are building such things, but as of yet, there's no like usage of those. And they're not in circulation except in Tempest. Well, although they have trains and like levitating things in Tempest shows, so like City of Artificers will get there eventually, maybe.
Yeah.
It's just gonna read.
Yeah. But the most definitely is really weird having a Tempestio flamethrower that close to Karaboche. A really weird thing. Yeah.
So, I think at the end of the day you get to fall into Treetop Sanctuary, and we'll pick it up from there in the next game. It was a little bit of a longer game, but it was fun and fine.
Yes.
Hopefully.
GM was like, here's a fight, and we were like,
I really don't care how you resolve.
This is not the box you're looking for.
box? What box? Wait,
I gave you a fight, you resolve the fight.
That's a successful encounter, I believe.
Yes.
Yes. Well done. Thank you for watching. Any feedback is appreciated on our Facebook, email, YouTube channel, whatever.
Okay.
We'll get the tech fixed and evolved
Yeah.
and such.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, we'll continue with this group in 2 weeks, and we'll continue with you guys next week with the other party. So stay safe, stay vigilant, and have a nice day.
See ya.
Bye.
Thank you.